Art is magic. When I say magic, magic indeed, because it binds, it connects, it weaves beyond borders. And that's exactly what the Indian Fine Arts Society is all up to while celebrating its 50 years in this kingdom. They've brought in 4 internationally acclaimed dance performers across the world to feature their art forms to Bahrain and its people. Well, on this episode of the Story Loom from the 973 show, we have that 4 amazing dancers alongside the chairwoman of the Indian Fine Arts Society, Nisha Ranga, and the board member, Boban Idikla, joining us from the Cultural Hall, where they're going to perform tonight. Just a note, this episode will be telecast after their performance. So let's go to them. Welcome to the show, all of you. Thank you very much for joining us. We will start with you, Aditi Bhagwat, an internationally renowned Kathak and Lavani exponent. Thank you so much. It's an honor to be seated with you. This is your first time. For that matter, it's the first time for all the 4 artists. But tell us, what do you expect from Bahrain this evening, or what do you have to cater to us this evening?
First off, I would like to congratulate the Indian Fine Arts Society of Bahrain for putting this together. This is a huge effort. I would like all the audiences to know that gathering art from across regions, it's a big challenge in today's time, and just their enthusiasm is what has gotten us here. And it is for that enthusiasm that we are really looking forward to today's performance with my lovely colleagues and with all the members of IFS and the backstage crew helping us with light, sound, everything. So really looking forward to being here in Bahrain for the first time and expanding. Art is all about spreading it everywhere and, going with our message to each and every corner. Yes. And I'm very happy that through Borders and Beyond, I am with my colleagues trying to put forth a message of coexistence, of similarity, running lives parallelly, coexisting, respecting each other's values. Beautiful. And stepping into each other's lives and space to know what the other person has to say and offer. So it's more or less a conversation.
Meaningful conversation, and I think that's what the world needs today. We move to you, Bettina. Please pardon me for the pronunciation of your names.
I'm Bettina Castaño. Buenos días.
Bettina Castaño, all the way from Spain. And reading into you, I'm so impressed that I can relate you with my state of Kerala, because you have performed with the iconic Mattanur. And well, not only just that, tell us about how do you look forward to performing in Bahrain?
So yeah, first of all, I'm very happy to be here. Thank you for inviting us. And it's always nice to travel and to perform for me. And so looking forward for dancing here on this beautiful stage and beautiful hall. And yes, also I'm very happy to join this with Aditi. We are collaborating since 4 years and we have different programs. And also I'm very attached to India because the roots of flamenco are here in India. So this is a big story, a long story. And I started actually in Kerala. My first show was with Mattanur Sankarankuti and Karunamurti in Trivandrum. And I just come from there with another premiere.
Amazing.
And also I'm very happy to dance in whole India. I was traveling whole India and performing there with different artists, also Sukanya Ramgopal or Shivamani
also, yes.
And of course some other also nice artists. And just, art form dance is like a very nice art form because we don't need language and everybody understands music and dance and art, and that's really my life.
For that matter, any form of art, it goes beyond language and it connects people, as I said in the beginning, and dance is an added charm to it because it's so visualistic a treat. Yes. Thank you. I move to the woman behind the scenes or at the helm, Nisha. I can see that you're so tired. I know you're racing towards evening. India is known for its diversity, especially when it comes to arts and fine arts in all its essence. And that is what the IFS has been. It is a legacy of 5 decades. And we have seen excellent stages through the IFES. You brought in so many renowned artists from across the length and breadth of India, right? And here you are, 50 years. And how lucky do you think to be chairing this organization when it celebrates its milestone event?
More than lucky, I'm really proud.
Isn't it?
You're very proud to have had this opportunity to head it again in the 50th year. I've been a president a couple of years, 7 years back. Then again, we had a lot of artists coming in. But this is a very, very proud moment, milestone touching. 50 years. And IFAS is very widely known, very renownedly known for pure classical arts, music. It's nothing. It's every time. It's a challenge nowadays. In these years, it's a challenge to bring people across just to watch the pure classical side of music. But there are people who are really passionate about pure classical, and nothing happens here without the support of so many people. Like I have a team which works. We are passionate about art, so we want to do it, and we also want to thank so many art lovers over here who stand up the moment we say we are coming up with an international program or any program that IFAS, they know it's going to be a classy event. It's going to be we have set our own benchmarks, so they know the IFAS event is event to be looked for, and we look forward to people coming. And thank you to Aditi who had connected with me and all the artists out here. I'm so happy and lucky. I'm really wishing to have an amazing evening this year.
Great. Thank you, Nisha. And we move to an amazing artist, I would say, because knowing about you, I'm pretty impressed that you do the performance of which females do. That's what I'm told. And it's called Sungmu. Sungmu. Yes, sorry about that. And Lee, you're here again to perform that. Could you tell us a little about what are you going to perform this evening?
In Korea, there is the very famous and rare dance. One is the dance is the Buddhist monk dance. We call it Sungmu.
Sungmu.
I'm very happy to show you first time in Bahrain my traditional dance Sungmu. So I'm very happy to also collaborate with the great dancers and Namaste. See you in evening. Thank you very much. I will do my best in evening. Thank you.
Indeed, we all look forward to seeing your performance. I'll come back to you once more before that. Latasana Devi, congratulations on winning the Sangeet Natak Academy Award. And you are one who contributed heavily to this beautiful dance form of Manipuri. Tell us a little bit about it.
Namaskar. But mostly it is now today we are going to perform. This is totally different from what I learned. Because I'm more in the traditional form, but because of the Aditi, so I can collaborate with the lean drum and my Manipuri pung. So I'm bringing out and the similarity movements of the Korean dance. What he's doing the Buddhist dance, Songmo, right? Yeah. So that movement, the control is very similar with the Manipuri because Manipuri dance form is similar with the Far East country more. So it's very happy to be understand that is something is similar with his dance form and my dance form.
Yes.
And I'm very happy to be here, and I would like to congratulate Indian Fine Arts for completing our 50 years. And this is the first time I'm going to show my dance form. I hope people will like and understand.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ms. Latasana. And we move to Boban Idikla, one of the oldest members of Indian Fine Arts Society and currently a board member. We've been just having a chat and you just reflected as to how IFES has grown over the years. How do you look at then and now, Boban?
Good afternoon. I would like to say that I'm very lucky to be a member of this society. In 1996 when I joined, that time was a golden time. Then after the COVID, whoever come into the position of the society has a problem to run because of the financial crisis. Now anyhow, it is under our president.
The able hands of a woman.
In the
Why
hands
did you
of
say
a
that?
woman. We were having Mira Ravi earlier, but now it is in the safe hand. She worked hard very day and night to make this society in the good new era. So we all support her with her ideas, and I was also in the committee for the many years, but last 10 years I just came out and supporting FS. Of course, when Nisha called me to be with her, I was happily joined because I love this society, and especially today's program, this artist, they are going to have a wonderful evening today, and I wish them all the very best. Thank you.
Thank you, Boban. Before we conclude, I'll come back to you again once more, Aditi. I think you look to be the connecting point among, like you have collaborated with all of them. Yes. Can you quickly take us through the combinations that you've done? Because I know you and Bettina had done the Pulse of India.
No, she has done Pulse of India with Matanurji.
You both have done.
We have a collaboration called
right?
Crossroads.
Crossroads, exactly.
Which we've been doing since 2020.
Okay.
And even during COVID, we did it online. Then once things opened up, again, everywhere in Calcutta, Kerala, recently in Delhi, we keep performing the same show with live music. So it's a completely different setup. With Lee, he's also an art manager and runs a theatre movement in Seoul, in South Korea. So I have collaborated with him several times on his theatre project. So even in June, I'm going to do a residency for the theatre, plus perform at his festivals that he curates. He curates 4 festivals throughout the year, and he works with the Korean Arts Council. So that is his work as an arts promoter in Korea. Lata Sanaji, I know because she's been in Bombay and she's very well known in the circle. So every time there's a Manipuri performance, it has to be linked to her. So I have bumped into her in several shows, and we've sometimes performed at the same venue, either after her or whatever. So I knew what a lovely spirit she is, you know. So for a project like this, you need someone who's a purist, but also someone who can cross borders and accept other forms. Otherwise, with a closed mind, you can't approach a project like this. That's why I know for Manipuri, it has to be her and nobody else. Because, you know, all these artists have that spirit in them. You may be a good dancer, bad dancer, but if you don't have the right attitude and spirit to respect other forms and accept, this can't happen.
Can you also tell us, like, what are you performing tonight?
So we portray our individual styles, but while we also portray the individual styles, there is a nice overlap between also the dissimilar dance forms. Like there is an overlap between flamenco and Korean, then overlap between Manipuri and flamenco, then an overlap between Kathak and Manipuri, and then an overlap between Korean and the other forms. So we've tried to explore every angle of us 4 being here. And me and Bettina will perform some excerpts from our original show, binding the 2 art forms. And then there's one piece called Dangak, which is a Korean piece to which Lata Sanaji will be performing. And in the end, we all come together on stage. And like I keep insisting that this is not about creating fusion. You know, as it's a very layperson word called fusion. So everything doesn't have to be a fusion, you know. These styles can coexist by still being their own original art forms. It's up to it's like watching a painting, you know. You see a painting and the person who's perceiving the painting decides what the painting says to him. So when they watch Sungmo and when they watch Manipuri, it's up to them to draw similarities and understand, yes, this is where the hand overlaps. This is how the tribhang overlaps. This is how, you know, the body stances move. And that's the experience I had when I saw these individual dance forms. And that's how I related to them. So I leave it to the audience also to explore this canvas and see what they take back. If they see similarities between flamenco and Manipuri, great. If they explore similarities between Korean and Kathak, great. You know, I leave it to them to explore also. So it's been a journey of exploring, and that's how Borders and Beyond is here.
Thank you. Bahrain. And definitely, I cannot leave you without a request on your Lavani expertise. Would you like to showcase it for us?
Oh, sure. You know, me and Bettina have a Lavani flamenco project also within the Kathak one, and I sing this Lavani and she performs tangos, which is tango and rumba.
Can you do that for us when she sings?
No?
Yeah.
खेळताना रंगबाई होळीचा होळीचा खेळताना रंगबाई होळीचा होळीचा फाट लाग कोणा माझ्या चोळीचा फाट लाग कोणा माझ्या चोळीचा आम्ही तर नाग पोरी जमलो गावा बाहेरी सख्याची आली स्वारी उडविली ती पिचकारी घातला ग घेरा त्यानं टोळीचा टोळीचा घातला ग घेरा त्यानं टोळीचा टोळीचा फाट लाग कोणा माझ्या चोळीचा फाट लाग कोणा माझ्या चोळीचा ओले
Amazing. Amazing.
So it's a nice tangos. It's the Punjabi theka actually of the Lavani. This
so
Lavani is
beautiful.
set to the Punjabi dhol.
So
It's
beautiful.
tangos, and she totally just rocks it to that piece.
Yes, thank you so much
Thank
for being
you.
a sport, Bettina, for joining. That was amazing, amazing. I cannot thank you enough. I'll just come back to Nisha when we close.
Yes.
Nisha, I'm sure this show is going to rock, as always, of every project that IFAS brings forth, especially with such vibrant artists that you've gotten in. What is your vision for IFAS for the next 50 years, I would ask?
Same. We wish, really want to hit that very fast. And
Sorry to cut you, because you just now said, how getting people to enjoy the aesthetics of fine arts in its true essence. That is because the attention span is very less these days. People are all glued onto social media. It's like 30 seconds to 1 minute. You don't want anything more than that. In such a time, the IFAS is getting into shows spanning 1 hour to 2 hours and getting people to sit throughout. Isn't that a mammoth task?
yes, it is. But when you see them, when we post this, I'm sure everybody who has missed it will feel we should have been there. And they will definitely be there for the next one because they know IFAS will be getting something like this only.
I
Like
know.
people to capture their attention for a longer time.
I really wish the artists were earlier here today so that
We
we could
really
have
wish to.
telecast this before the show and people would really...
We really wish
but
to,
I'm
but
sure, I'm sure there's
Rajesh,
gonna be-
and to get this, we have had the toughest 4 days. The toughest 4 days to just get this happen, and now we are okay. It's happening.
We are all
but
smiling, but-
yeah, but then we have had the tough. But it happens with every program. We come up with something or the other. But this one was totally very, very different to us, and
Yeah.
we managed to sail through. But and as I said, when they watch this, people who have missed it will definitely come back for the next one, saying that cultural. What do you say? The classical side of arts always has its own class, its own, it's sweet than anything else.
Thank you, Nisha. And I would close unless Lee and Lata Sinergy has something to perform for us together. Is there anything? Thank you very much for that wonderful interaction. And before we close, I would love to have you for speaking to the audience in Bahrain in your languages, because Bahrain has a rich diversity of expat population from all around the world. That's the beauty of Bahrain. We have people from India, from Spain, from German, from Korea. So why don't you speak a line or two in your languages to our audience, please? Aditi.
बहरीन मधल्या माझ्या सगळ्या मराठी और बहरीन के सारे मेरे हिंदी भाइयों दोस्तों को मेरा अनुवाद है. या आणि आमचा कार्यक्रम बघा आणि असंच सतत इंडियन फाइन आर्ट सोसाइटीच्या ॲक्टिव्हिटीज़ ना, इनकी जितनी एक्टिविटीज़ है कल्चरल प्रमोशनल, उनको सपोर्ट कीजिए और बहुत सारा कला से प्यार कीजिए.
Buenos días. Estoy súper feliz de estar aquí y compartir mi flamenco con todos vosotros y esta colaboración con todos los artistas. Y creo que en este mundo el arte es más importante que nunca porque alimenta nuestro alma. Guten Tag, ich bin sehr glücklich, dass ich hier sein kann und ich freue mich, wenn ihr alle kommen könnt oder hier zum Konzert kommt. Und ich glaube, in der Welt, in der wir im Moment leben, ist Kunst sehr wichtig und vielleicht so wichtig wie noch nie.
I really want to thank 973 Lounge, Raji, for the amazing support that Raji Unikrishnan, for the amazing support that you have extended to us. Thank you so much.
안녕하세요. 저는 한국 전통 무용가입니다. 그리고 여기 그 바레인에서 아마도 제가 생각하기에는 처음 한국의 전통 무용 승무를 공연하게 된 것 같습니다. 굉장히 영광으로 생각하고요. 그리고 이 시간부터 저희들이 서로를 더 잘 이해하려면 그곳에 가서 그 사람들과 계속 부닥쳐야 된다고 생각을 합니다. 그런 면에서 오늘 처음으로 승무를 여러분께 소개하고 또 바레인의 여러분들이 한국에 와서 여러분들의 문화를 소개할 수 있는 그런 교통이 이루어지기를 진심으로 바랍니다. See you soon. 감사합니다.
Kurumjari Manipurgi Nushirba Aigi Iraisa Mayam Nasi Barenda Indian Art Society na program sinja juna tauribasi mayam puna maglakpiyu loina na mayam na thogat piyu nungsibiduna adumasida aina Kathak Flamingo sumunga loina na Manipuri classical dance loina na pungi matek amasu tawjagadori mayam puna muleng biraktuna masibu mapungphaba ohenbiyu kurumjari.
Art is pristine. I said magical in the beginning, and all what we heard now, saw this, it is pristine. It's so beautifully poetic. Thanks to all these amazing artists and the Indian Fine Arts Society for hosting them in Bahrain. So looking forward to more such opportunities, and we wish IFAS all the very best as they celebrate their 50th and the artists on the rest of the journey. So this is Raji Unikrishnan signing off from the Story Loom on 973 show.